Hi everyone, welcome back to Car Mechanic Simulator 2014. We're going to jump into the next RO. Ooh. Perform a test drive, replace all worn out parts. The steering's response is very slow. Can you repair it, please? Yes, we can. So we're going to go on a test drive and find out what's wrong. Yes. Our favorite part, the horrible test track. In a minivan, so we're gonna have excellent top speed. Or not a minivan, it's a truck or something. I don't know. Oops, ignore that. Ignore the cones. Ew. Yeah, it's been I've had a busy last couple weeks at work, so I haven't had a whole lot of videos coming out. I apologize for that. Real life's no excuse for not taking care of your YouTube priorities. So, I'm back to it now though, so no worries. Whew. Yeah, just been a busy few weeks, but a lot of work at work. Working on minis, which is always good. More money for me, more experience for me. Few first gens with some big work that came in. I had to do some of those. Alright, let's put this baby in the air. See what we got going on here. Show hide. Yep, inner and outer. No. Yeah, inner and outer tie rods. Alright, well that's simple. That would cause your steering to respond slowly, because if they're loose, then your reaction time on the steering wheel is going to be delayed. Tie rods. Inner tie rod, we need 2 of these. And outer tie rod, we need 2 of these. How much do we get paid for this? 1100. Yeah, we're well under budget on this one. Now, I think I have to get these from the top. I could be wrong, but this game has you get stuff from weird places. In a Mini, or probably a lot of other cars, you have to drop the subframe to do anything with the steering rack. Not really to take the inner and outer rods out, but certainly if you had to replace the rack itself, you have to drop the subframe as it sits on top of that. Taking the bolts out. There we go. I did a timing job. Replaced the entire timing chain system. I should have put the new parts back in, darn it. That would have been the smart thing to do. Yeah, replaced the timing chain on a Mini. There's a service bulletin on certain years and certain VIN ranges to where you do a check of the timing chain tensioner, which bolts into the side of the head. You put a dummy tensioner in, then you torque it to a certain amount, and then you lock a pin, it's like a locking nut on the end. Then you remove it and see what the distance is from the end of the dummy tensioner to the base of the dummy tensioner. And if it's more than 68 millimeters, then you replace the entire timing system. Well, just it's the timing chain, the guides, the rail, the sprocket, the camshaft sprocket, and something else. The tensioner and the bolts and stuff that go with that. Yes, next order. On to the next one. I'm curious when we get our new garage. I'm anxious to see that. Maybe we can work on more than one vehicle at a time. Probably not, but good to hope. Wasn't the best idea for a present for a teenager. You don't have to tell me that. Just check the gearbox, please. Alright. Well, it looks nice. I could pretty much tell you that's used or worn. Used. Alright. At least the starter's here on the front and easy to get off. We're going to take it off, and I think we can repair it. Pretty sure the transmission is one of those that you can repair. Oh, it's all-wheel drive. Oh, we got quite a bit of work to do here. Gotta go underneath. Put this baby in the air. Not as easy as a front-wheel drive. We gotta figure out how to get the drive shaft to the back out. Click, 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 click. There we go. Good lord. Okay. Still looking for something else. Okay. We have to remove... Oh, wow, really? There's no way to take that out without taking the... Oh my gosh. Oh, this is a pain. And I can't... Okay. Alright. A lot of work ahead of us on this one. Oh boy. We're gonna have all four wheels off of this thing. Thanks for bringing in your all-wheel drive vehicle to get it replaced. The gearbox. Thanks a lot. Little insight as to how I am at work. Oh, thanks for bringing in your first-gen Mini with a crappy CVT transmission. Oh, you're having shifting issues? Go figure. Venting a little. That's alright, it pays well, so... To take the transmission out in a Mini, you have to drop the subframe. It's quite an ordeal. Once you've done it a few times, it becomes pretty easy and second nature, but... Let's go ahead and pop these front axles out while we're up here. I love the sound when you take a bolt out, like it's throwing it into... Ooh. I like that you have to come way over here for this. Like you're throwing it into a pile of other bolts. I like magnetic trays, that's my big thing at work. When I remove bolts, I put them on a magnetic tray and try to separate them on that, that way they won't fall out and roll around. Good close-up of the axle bolt. Okay, now we can lift it up and do the real work. Except I went the wrong way. I think I would know my shot by now. Nope! You thought wrong. Alright. Back up. Back up. There we go. So we're gonna have to take the differential out. Then... Oh, not the exhaust pipe. Oh, the drive shaft. Well, at least it's one piece. We don't have to break it down per... Alright, now let's get out of there. We want to go to the front. I think we have to get that transmission from the top. I'm not sure if there's... Let's see. I'm just for curiosity's sake. Okay, that's a manual transmission. So it's gonna have a clutch and stuff. I wasn't sure if there was an automatic transmission in this game. That would have a torque converter and a few extra things like cooler lines going to it. Alright, now, where is our workbench? Here it is. Nice and shiny. Oop, wrong button. Well, I'll get rid of some of this. Why do I have... Oh, because that's what I took off. Okay, so maybe I should, wait until after of... Alright, so, yeah, we can repair it. Whoa. $24.68. How much are we getting paid on this? Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're definitely fixing that. Oh, yeah. Nope. Don't need to fix anything else. Well, that's a well-paying job. As any transmission job would be. I think it pays 7 or 8 hours. Like warranty time. Maybe 6 or 7. 4. Okay, see, I can't do that. There we go. We'll put the starter back in since we're standing here. Efficiency. Get the bolts in while you're standing there. Instead of walking around, lifting it up, putting it back down. Yeah, I guess while we're up here, we'll go ahead and put the front axles in. The crazy bolts on the end. I could zoom out. That would make that easier. Oh, oh. Let's not forget the wheel. Might be in need of that someday. Remember, folks, wheels are important. Don't forget them. I wish this thing would click when you click. I think I put the front one in. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter which wheel goes where in this. Right, back out. Now, we can't do that until we put the drive shaft back in, so... I feel the hood closes every time you run it up in the air. So we're gonna install the drive shaft. We're gonna put the rear axle differential in. Then we go the wrong way around the car again. Lower the car. And now we're ready. Put these rear axles in. Almost forgot to put that tire in too. That wouldn't be good. Yeah, I turned about 50 hours last week. So pretty busy considering I wasn't actually there 50 hours. So, very positive week. I'm always good for making money. Mini Coopers have a lot of common problems that require a lot of money to repair. What did I miss? Or was that not the problem? Alright, the axles are in. This should be back together. What am I missing? Check the gearbox. Well, we checked and repaired it. How do we check the gearbox? Do we... I wonder if we have to test drive it. No? Well, I already repaired it, so... If they're asking me for $7,000 just to check, which this isn't going to tell us anything about the transmission. It's a manual transmission. There's nothing electronic about it. Finalizing. That was a dumb wasted moment. Alright, let's do this number here. See if there's something we're missing. Pretty sure there isn't. I'm not exactly sure what they want. This doesn't test that. Maybe they want us to test drive it. Alright, well, let's take it on a test drive. We'll make the customer happy. Now watch him say, oh yeah, I don't want to repair it, it's too expensive. That happens a lot. Ooh! Oh! 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 Okay. This thing's fast and understeers like crazy. Could use better brakes. Oh. Ooh. Yeah, all-wheel drive, you do not help. Ooh. That counts, right? Not even close to the course. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm gonna get ragged pretty hard about that test drive. Oh man. Today is Saturday, the 14th of June. June? Yeah. So, alright, what did they... I'm confused a bit. Oh, man. I wonder if the clutch and stuff was bad, too. Oh, don't tell me I have to pop all that back off. Oh, boy. I knew I should have checked that. Oh, the amount of work that's gonna have to go back into this. Oh, that's disheartening. I knew I should have checked it. I felt like it was red, too. I don't know. We'll double check. This game has stuff to where people who work on cars for a living clearly didn't make the game. Yeah. It said check the transmission. How do you check the transmission other than a test drive? Oh god, did the game... No? Oh. Forgot about that. I thought the game froze up. It's like, no! Alright, we're good, we're good, we're good. Don't worry, don't worry. Jolo is in control. Yeah, see, it does that, and then it threw me off. Alright, now... lift the car up. The gearbox and the drive shaft. Or not the gearbox, the differential. Whoa, there's a close-up view. Take that out. Take that out. Get back out. Car back in the crib. You can see this is pretty much what working on cars is like. If you work like for a dealership with one manufacturer, like I do for Mini Coopers, there's only so many different types of cars, and especially with Mini, there's a very limited amount. I mean, 5, maybe 6 different types of cars that I see day in, day out. So you get a routine for working on things, and that took significantly less time than it did the first time when I was trying to figure everything out. And that's pretty much how it works in the automotive business. So once you start working on a car, you get used to the routines, and you start to make routines for yourself to make yourself more efficient at the things you do. Like while it's in the air, you do everything you can while it's in the air. Alright, let's do some inspections here. Darn. Alright, so the clutch is bad too. No. Disassemble, sorry about that. Take out the throwout bearing. Now the pressure plate. Man, I should have checked it while I had it off. That's disheartening. But that's one of the things you run into. Oh, I need a new clutch. Clutch friction surface. Friction plate. Whoa, we should put these wheels on it, yeah. Clutch friction plate. Purchased. Alright, now the vehicle's gonna be fixed. Okay, so a small lapse in ability. It's fine. We're back in it. This assembly shouldn't take too long. We'll be good to go. Now that I've done it 2 or 3 times already. I need to upgrade my wrenching skills here. Taking a bit too long to do some of these things. No, just click this. Thank you. Gotta be so difficult, game. Like this. Come on. I'm touching the bolt. Jeez. Alright. I guess it doesn't differentiate from side to side. On most vehicles, the gearbox is turned more towards one side. Or not turned, but like where this is sort of in the middle, you know, the engine's right here and your gearbox is here and it goes here. So your shortest distance is from here to here. So that would be your shortest axle, and then from here to here you would have a longer axle. Or sometimes it might be broken into 2. You'll have a half shaft and then the axle. So, little insight. When you have mismatched axles, like if they were to use an extremely long one here and a very short one on the other side, you run into something called torque steer, which is where, because of that distance, one side's getting more torque than the other, because a lot of the torque is being lost in the size of the axle. and the length, and it sort of contorts a little. We need to put the underside stuff in first. I did it again. Went to the wrong side. I get so discombobulated underneath here. So what you have is this one's short, so it's got most of the torque, and this one would be longer, so it has less of the torque. So this is pushing more than this wheel, and so as you start driving, it would be, imagine I'm a car, you know, it would go and start turning to the right. Maybe not so drastically, but you know, you get the point. Yeah, jump us all the way to the front of the vehicle. Not where I wanted to be. I gotta wait this slow turn. To the back, please. Thank you. To the Batmobile. Oh, yeah, from others. Hey, I went out the right way. I'm learning. I'm getting better. Jolo is evolving. Whoop. Let's see, let's sneak it around. Nope. Let's just do it the easy way. Put this wheel back on, and we'll be done with this one. Plenty of time left for another car. Only 2 this episode, probably, though. Took a bit longer than I expected. Yeah, okay. Let's do all of that motion. It's unnecessary. Okay. Alright. Now we should be good to go, unless I forgot something, which is... Nope. Nah, Chilo doesn't forget. Except when checking the clutch. Then he forgets. Okay. Some kind of liquid is leaking from the engine area. I know nothing about cars, but I'm sure it's a bad sign. Find and eliminate the cause. Okay, this is where we would want to talk to the customer to find out from said customer what type of fluid is leaking. Is it dark and black? Like a dark brown oil? Or is it a watery type? Well, I can already see from here their struts are bad. Oh, man. It looks like this whole car is a piece of junk. Oh, okay. So it doesn't... Wow. Ooh. Yeah, look how ratty this thing looks. Alright, fluid leaks. Not sure where we're going to end up in this game for fluid leaks. But typically, you're going to want to look at the water pump. Oh, turn. Which is at 11%. So, sometimes I feel like it's cheating playing this game. Alright, so to get that off, we need to take that off. Which means we have to take this belt off. And we have to take, is it this tensioner? Yes, the tensioner off. Then we can remove the belt. Then we can remove the water pump. Yeah, what happens is when a water pump goes bad, there's a small weep hole that when it's not moving the correct amount of fluid, it has like a lack of pressure, and it'll let water leak out of that to kind of show you that the water pump is bad. Or if it's a Mini, they make it out of plastic, and the housing cracks and allows fluid to come out that way. Yeah, so thank the Germans for that brilliant design. A little venting there if you couldn't tell. The new ones are made out of... water pump's the last one on the list. The new ones are made out of... I wonder if I could have repaired that. Darn it. The new ones are made out of aluminum, I think, that we install when the original ones go bad, so no harm, no foul, I guess. It makes me a few hours a day. It's fine. I'm not going to worry about the condition of all the rest of this stuff, because clearly it's all about to fall apart. All they wanted was that leak, so we will send them on their way. Oh, we might have time for a third car. Just about the time I run out of my Red Bull. Woo! That last sip's spicy. The ride quality is awful. There must be something wrong with the suspension. Alright, so we're going to want to go over here to the diagnostic path. Test that. Test that. Press and hold the brake. Still have to do a brake test, which the front right's a little off, but probably not that much. And the rear brakes are fine. A little more towards the right. That could be a result of whatever suspension problems there are. It's making that side to bounce a little more. Alright, here's 79.79. That's very as near even as you can get between the two sides. And the rear is horrible. So, time for some rear suspension. I'm going to assume struts and shocks. Or not struts and shocks. It's the same thing. Pretty much. Shock absorbers. And springs. I'll get it right one of these days. I think the difference between a shock absorber and a strut is that a strut is a pivot point. Is a suspension pivot point. Yeah, I don't know. Why did I go underneath? I don't want to go underneath. Get back down. Back down. Yep. Springs, yep. And control arm's a little low, but probably not enough to bother too much with. So this is how we're going to finish this one. Alright. What has to go for this? Do I have to get that from underneath? I have to take the control arm out. So, I guess I could put this wheel back on. No. There we go. Alright, let's put this baby in the air. Get these control arms off. Yeah, I think the control arm has to come off, which means the bushing has to come first. Whoa, nice close-up of that there. Thank you. Let's zoom back out a bit, please. Oh, no. This is what I'm looking for. I was trying to take the whole spindle off. Doesn't quite work like that. Now we can take the spring off. Now we get the shock absorber. Ta-da! Now I want to switch over to the other side. Oh, I have to take the exhaust off? Oh, man. That's bull. I mean, to be fair, I would wiggle it out of the way. But, you know, whatever. So I didn't actually need to take that off. Let me put that back before I forget. Because I'll forget and it'll say you failed or forgot to put something back on. And, you know, my luck. So that's how it goes for old Jolo. It's weird, I feel the most... Ooh! Okay. Thought I was going to click something down at the bottom. I feel the most comfortable in this series. I guess because it's kind of laid back. I don't have to focus as much. The car repair usually comes pretty natural to me. Alright, so we're looking for rear springs, rear shocks. There's probably going to be 40 different options. Except, this one's going to be easy. Two of those. Suspension spring rear. Yeah, so pretty easy there. Alright. Let's throw these bad boys back in. To assembly mode. Yeah, I'm excited to look at some of the new stuff in this, like the 4x4 mode and the turbo add-on. See what all that's going to have for us. So hopefully a lot of playability with this game. It's pretty fun. Maybe next year, 2015, will come out. I'm not quite sure why some of these developers name games like this. I mean, a lot of them end up being you know, just a one-time game. The only one that they make of that series or something. So, you know, you've got blah 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 2014. And then that's the only one there is of it. But, alright. Let's lower the car. and send them on their way with their new suspension. Ta-da! Alright, let's take a look at this next RO, and then we'll call it. Can't believe how many problems I have with this car. My engine stops suddenly and isn't reliable. So, we're going to spend a lot of time on this one, probably. So, we'll stop it right there. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Leave me a comment. Let me know what I'm doing wrong, what I'm doing right, how I can do better. Tell me how dumb I am, whatever. I don't mind. Just do whatever it is that you feel necessary. Until the next time, thank you for watching.